I've lost track over the last 10 years, I guess, or even sooner than that, the number of storylines of why isn't Green Bay getting weapons for Aaron Rodgers? I mean, the number of times that we've had that conversation on drafts, and now this time around with the trade deadline, I've lost track. If I had told Packers fans going into the trade deadline period that you're going to come away with no new weapons for Aaron Rodgers, they'd be like, yeah, that's par for the course. But if I had then told them that the Bears, despite selling off two of their best defensive players, would acquire the very young receiver that the Packers would want and apparently went for, and the Bears would get for a second-round draft choice, now that would send off an alarm bell. What do you think is going on with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers' thought process today, sir?
The threshold question is, did the Packers really want Chase Claypool? Because if they did, they could have found a way to get Chase Claypool, just like last year with Odell Beckham Jr. Did they really want him? If they did, they could have found a way to get him. They know how to placate Aaron Rodgers by trying. Like, I think they're running a little bit of a grift on him where they're like, yeah, Aaron, we're really going to try to do this. Oh, sorry, it didn't work out. And he accepts it and moves on. That's part of the reality. I think it's this draft and develop mindset that goes back to Ron Wolf, who was the GM as of 92-ish, and it carried over to Ted Thompson, and now with Brian Gutekunst, we draft and develop, we draft and develop, we draft and develop. There's never a sense of urgency. There's never an effort to go all in. There's no F them picks mindset. And I think fundamentally, Rich, the main issue is there's no owner. There isn't that one person who can wake up yesterday morning and say, we're going to go do it. Or that person Brian Gutekunst can go to completely cover his own behind and say, hey, owner of the team, are you okay with this? And look him in the eye and get the idea, yes, the owner's okay with it, the owner's on board with it, the owner's excited about it. Without that owner, and I know it could go very badly. You could have a horrible owner that you couldn't wait, if you're a fan, for that guy to sell the team, a la Dan Snyder. But you also could have a very good owner who knows just when to light that fire, just when to embolden and empower the front office to go make those moves. Because look at the teams out there that feel like they're contenders and made moves. The Chiefs with Kadarius Toney, the Bills with Naheem Hines, the Ravens, what they've done to make a bad defense.
Niners.
The Vikings, for crying out loud.
Niners.
No urgency from the Packers.
Yeah, Niners. Jed York.
Exactly. Changed everything to get Christian McCaffrey.
Right. Apparently, Debo went up to Jed York, said thank you, according to the broadcast this past week, when hearing about McCaffrey. I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting way of phrasing it, Mike, a grift on Aaron Rodgers.
And I hate to say, I don't hate to say that. Why did I even say something I don't? I don't hate to say it. I think it's true. Because he was ready to retire, 2021. Remember the sports books all took down their futures bets for the Packers that weekend before training camp?
Yeah.
Everyone thought he was going to retire. He said he was 50-50 on the question of retirement. Then he had that 23-minute airing of grievances as his introductory press conference, and he made it clear that he's not happy, he doesn't have a voice. Their attitude is, you just work here. So they bring back Randall Cobb, they placate him, and they listen to him, but do they really listen to him? He has a voice, but hey, we listen to all opinions. Well, we ignore all opinions too, and I feel like that's what the Packers are doing to him. They're listening to him, but they're still going to do whatever they're going to do, even if he would be better off if they either, if they didn't just put a real offer on the table last year for Devontae Adams, it never gets to the point where he wants to be traded to the Raiders. They waited too long to put a real offer on the table. That's just another example. I don't know that they really want to make these moves. They want to make Aaron Rodgers think they tried. Deep down, I wonder how hard they're trying.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.